think Dak should want to stay in Dallas.
Of course you don't think Dak should want to stay in Dallas, Joy Taylor. For some reason, you just want the worst to happen for Dallas. And that's why it's so funny to me that so many fans have resigned themselves to this same thought process. This is the thought process that has been pushed by people who want to see the worst for the Dallas Cowboys. They don't care about Dak Prescott's well-being. If they did, they wouldn't dog him the way they do year-round. They want to see the worst happen for the Cowboys, and some of y'all are like, yeah, you're right. Dak should want better, even though that's the worst possible scenario for your rooting interest, bruh.
Sometimes in business, we romanticize situations, right? Like we get real loyal to things that don't really require loyalty. We get attached to cities. We have people around us that we like working with, and we are all emotional creatures, despite what people will tell you. Men have emotions as well. And you get attached to things. Like, you like the idea of saying that. I mean, we had a whole conversation about how much you would have loved to stay in Philly your entire career. Now, you have 2 Super Bowl rings.
2 Super Bowl rings you did not contribute for. All you did was hand water bottles to the dudes that were actually playing on the field during those games.
And neither of them are from Philly. Nope. But you have romantic attachments to certain places and loyalties to things. But Dak's reputation, I think, would be extremely different. I think we would talk so highly of Dak if Dak wasn't in Dallas.
2 things. Joy, shut the hell up. Y'all are the ones that create these narratives, man. What are y'all talking about? Oh, I think we would talk so differently about that. Y'all control what y'all talk about and how y'all talk about it, bro. Then Emmanuel Acho back there, say it again. You guys are the reason these types of dialogues are being had about Dak Prescott. Y'all are acting like y'all are on one of the biggest national airways in the entire country and one of the most premium primetime slots for watching sports content, bro. What are y'all talking about?
Enjoy.
We talk about Kirk Cousins like Kirk is a certified game-changing asset. And Kirk is a good quarterback.
Yeah.
But Kirk unequivocally does not have the success that Dak Prescott has.
But wasn't this the same program that was trying to tell me that Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins were the same guy? Wasn't this the same program that was talking about how Derek Carr and Dak Prescott are the same guy, bruh? Well. Jugs McGee finally decided to speak the truth about why they speak so badly about the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, Joy, I don't know if your higher-ups really wanted you to do this. I have a feeling that you just kind of wanted to throw that out there so you could get some of that heat off of you for them terrible-ass takes that they be trotting you out there to make. But thanks anyways, because now it's fully confirmed. There are no questions to be asked. If there were anybody out there trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, we now know without a shadow of a doubt that Speak is just one big giant skit. Or really, maybe I should say scat, because that show was a pile of cat scat, all right? But Joy Taylor just admitted that the only reason that they speak so badly about Dak Prescott is the fact that he plays for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, there's a couple of things here that I really want to sink my teeth into. For one, why? Why are you acting like that it's some type of crime that people like Kirk Cousins get lauded as franchise-saving QBs and looked at for what he brings to a team, and none of his deficiencies really, outside of the fact, he doesn't perform in primetime games, none of his deficiencies really get covered on a mainstream level, and you guys like to consider him one of the better quarterbacks in the league. And as you yourself said, Kirk's resume doesn't even come close to Dak Prescott's resume. Yet, why is it that just because he's a Cowboy, y'all have to lie, create disillusions, and mislead your audience into thinking that he's a worse quarterback than he actually is? Is this a sports program, or is this in line with all those weird-ass grand displays, something like we seen with the Olympics last night? And after seeing what I saw, bruh, I'm not so quite sure Joy Taylor didn't deserve to be up on that stage with them folks at the opening ceremony for the Olympic Games. My point here is, it is sad, and honestly, it makes no sense that you guys have just admitted, y'all openly stated that y'all go out of your way to talk about the Cowboys in a certain fashion. Y'all just stated that y'all would probably herald Dak Prescott as one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Y'all would look at him completely differently if he didn't play for the Cowboys. What sense does that make? Why should it matter what team a player is playing for when you're supposed to be going up on national television and informing a national audience of what it is that they're watching, what it is they're seeing? You actually have some slow people out here, some hopeless sheep. You actually have some hopeless sheep out here that depend on the words of you 3 circus clowns up there to inform them about the sport of football, which that's their loss anyways because they're going to the wrong place. But the point is, the fact that you just openly sat up here and admitted that all of you guys' takes, all you guys' angles, everything that y'all talk about as pertains to the Cowboys is tainted, it's BS, and it's coming from a place other than trying to inform the audience. It's kind of hilarious to me. It's kind of hilarious to me. I'm glad that y'all were finally able to come to terms with the fact that, hey, maybe we are going a little bit too hard on Dak Prescott. In fact, it's making us look kind of silly, and it's actually killing our own credibility because we're trying so hard to twist a narrative to benefit our point that Dak Prescott isn't a good quarterback. But literally every metric, every piece, every morsel of information that can be found about the sport of football actually says the contrary. Dak is a good quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Statistically, he's one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history. If you look at it, he's top 5 or 10 in many important quarterback categories. So yeah, Joy, I'm glad y'all finally felt the heat enough to where y'all finally admitted the truth. And now what we as Dallas Cowboys fans can finally do, since this show literally just told you, you will never get a fair shake at it. They will never sit here and cover your team with objective glasses on. They will never give you real football talk. They will never give you real football takes. They're always going to take the lowest hanging fruit. They're always going to twist and turn stories and narratives so they can be negative about the Cowboys. Cowboys fans, now that we know this, why are we still watching that show? I'm not watching it. I haven't watched Speak as a full program in years now. I can't remember the last time I sat down and actually watched a full episode of that program. The only time I see is when people send me clips. Hey, Dak Attack, what do you think about this? That's the only time I see it. My question is, why are y'all still watching it? We saw what just happened with Skip Bayless. We see the power that the viewing audience has. If Cowboys fans would stop hate watching Speak and stop hate watching it to wait on LaShawn McCoy to finally admit that he's an illiterate sea turtle, a Section 8 baby, and stop waiting for Jugs McGee to get her own boobas out her face so she can make an intelligent argument when it comes to sports, and stop waiting for Emmanuel Acho's eyeballs to roll all around the globe before they finally come back to center point with them big Beetlejuice looking ass golf balls inside of his skull. If Cowboys fans would just stop waiting for those moments and stop watching Speak in its entirety. Just stop watching it. Stop giving them views. Stop giving them the clicks. Stop engaging with it. Let's stop now. We know she just told us this show is a giant circus. This show is BS. And she told us it's BS. Stop watching it, bro, because I'm sorry. In no way does that logic track with me. For you to say that we're covering a guy differently because he plays for a team that quite honestly hasn't done anything in 30 years. So why would the expectations be any different to where you cover a player more harshly because he's playing with this program? That's actually backwards. It would actually make more sense if a player was going to a program like, an Alabama or a Georgia program, right? And then all of a sudden that program started underachieving while that player was there. That's when you go super hard on that player, bruh. You don't go super hard on that player when that program has been nothing, and then during the time that player has been there, they've seen their highest level of success consistently than they have since the last time they were at the top of the hill. That's not when you criticize someone. So, Cowboys fans, let's stop. Let's stop. We don't need it. We don't need it. There's too many other places you can get your sports talk from. There's too many other places for you to care about getting better and more valuable sports talk from than watching that, than contributing to that, than putting food on their table when their only concern is trying to figure out how to make you as a fan feel worse about your team, bro. And that's all I gotta say about Jugs McGee finally admitting the truth about the hate surrounding Dak Prescott on that program. We stink. Same old cow.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boy? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Oh, shut up, my boy. Hey! I'm still them boys.